In this tutorial, I am going to give you a brief idea about different types of resources or factor of productions. In a society, we face limited resources and we use these limited resources to produce goods and services. It shows that we are actually transform our resources to goods and services. This is actually called production. Production shows the way of transforming of inputs to outputs. Now it is important to define what are the different type of inputs or resources that we are using to produce goods and services. We actually use four types of resources. The first one is we can define it as a land. In general, by land we means the surface ground, but we see that if we produce something, we are not only use the surface ground from the nature. For example, to produce paddy, we are also use sunshine, rain that are also effective to produce the level of paddy production. By economics, we can define land by all types of natural resources that are actually gift from nature. This includes forest, oil deposit, water resources, wind power, sunlight, or arable land. So all kinds of natural resources that are helpful to the production process, we can classify them as land. The second factor of production, we can define it as labor. Labor means like all kinds of human efforts that might be physical or mental, so that are contribute to productions of goods and services, that are we can classify it as labor. In simple way, the effort we are giving to produce goods and services, either it is mental or physical, that are classified as labor. The third component is capital. Capital is the means of productions that we are using for reproduction purpose. It includes all manufacturer aged using producing goods and services. For example, all factory, storage, transportation, and distribution facilities, as well as the tools and machinery we are using to produce goods and services, that are actually classified as capital. And we know that land, labor, capital are actually separately. So someone from the human being moves forward to accumulate land, labor, capital, and involve them to produce goods and services. That social resources actually classified as entrepreneurship or organization. It's a special human resource, and we can make difference from labor because the entrepreneur takes the initiative in combining the resources of land, labor, and capital to produce goods or service, and it actually acts as a driving force behind the production. And like the all business strategic plan are actually are made by the entrepreneur or organization. That are the four factors of productions, and we defined its limited.